Good morning and welcome back to Up and Smoke Firewood. I'm Steve and today I want to show you my new toy. I ordered this a few months ago. I ordered it before I had knee surgery. It takes a little time to make some things. They put it together and they sent it to me. Truth told, this is an 1165 vertical log splitter from Splitfire. I had ordered one of these many months ago and decided to cancel the order. At the time, this splitter was made as a horizontal splitter. Since then, they've redesigned it, reintroduced it as a vertical splitter, and it's what you have today. This one is electric. And I wanted this because I've got some need, one, just to be inside in the dead of winter, the heat of summer, and do a little splitting. I wanted something small that I can put away, keep in my shop. I wanted something that I can easily put in the back of a pickup and take to Kentucky with me if we need two splitters there or one of them breaks. And I wanted to try a vertical splitter, so I thought this is a good option. It's a very affordable splitter compared to some of the other larger, vertical splitters that you see on the market. And it is available in gas, just like it's available here in electric. So we have some rental cabins in Kentucky. Probably many of you know that already. And we have a couple wood stoves there. There will be more as we get more cabins, and they're very small. The thing that we don't have much of in Kentucky is nice hardwood. Most of what we have there is pine and poplar, but I prefer to use some hardwood. So I cut up with Gavin yesterday some of these logs here. I've got some oak, shagbark hickory, and some walnut. And I cut it all to 12 inches because the stoves are really small. So my plan is to split some of these. I'm gonna cut some totes down small so they're easy to transport across country and just take a little bit at a time. Right now I only have one stove. It's in operation there, so it's not a lot. But I thought this would be a great opportunity to try splitting some of the different kinds of woods on this 1165. They're only 12 inches. They're pretty straight grain, small. These are probably 12-inch diameter rounds. I think this will work out really well. Let's give it a shot. So Gavin and I put this splitter, I'll say put it together, we pretty much pulled it off the crate. It wasn't that hard. There are a few options like this leg jack handle that you can use to move it around your shop. The log lift was folded up, but it pretty much needed a pin put in a log lift and put the handle on. It came with the trailer jack leg on it. I'm trying to get a good system here. I think a cart like this, maybe some rounds in the Ranger, because I'm not splitting 20 cords with this thing. I'm gonna split like maybe a third of a cord, probably only a half a face cord at a time with it. My biggest fear is I split all this nice wood, we kiln dry it, we put it on the front porch for people in the stove, and they take it outside, burn it in the fire pit, rock through it all. So we might make a sign. People seem decently respectful when you tell them what your plan is. But conversely, I'm also worried about somebody, going out in the woods and getting a bunch of rotten green wood and trying to burn it in the wood stove. They probably won't get it lit, but maybe just having a ton of firewood on hand is the way to go. Maybe eventually we'll have a little shed, keep it down there, and a lock that you got access to if you're in a cabin with a stove. I don't know, jury's still out, but for now, I want to split some wood. So, first impressions, it splits well. It really does. And it is way faster than I thought it would be. I thought this thing would be super dog slow. They say that the gas one has a faster cycle time than this does, but I can't imagine needing much more. Full disclosure, I paid for this machine. I didn't get any kind of break from anybody, and that's fine. Nobody owes me anything. I didn't even ask. But the advantage I have is I get to say whatever I want. And I will tell you this, this handle's a really cool idea. It's something that they came out with kind of last minute. I actually had the entire thing ordered, and then I was like, I should have got the log lift. I ordered it without just to keep it compact and keep the cost down. They added the log lift. And then I saw this in one of their videos, and you can flip it up so that you can roll it around the shop. And you can see it kind of has a catch right there and leave it here, but I had it like this. And I couldn't figure out what the problem was when I first started splitting. The wedge, as it travels up and down this beam, was hitting the handle here. This is a really clever idea, and everything I see from Splitfire is pretty clever. That needs some kind of stop so you don't do that, because I've used this splitter now to split one log. I got about a dozen pieces of firewood, and I have already boogered up this handle, smashed the grip, and ripped the paint off it. Not to say it isn't coming soon, but right out of the gate. That was the walnut, definitely the easiest to split. Let's try this hickory and see how that goes. Okay, all right. She's a contender. I will say it is faster than I thought. It's stronger than I thought. That oak, man, that was just pumping water out of there. That is some stringy, gnarly stuff. Not a lot of knots, it's pretty straight grain, but I thought this is not the machine for that kind of wood, but I don't know, seems to do pretty good. And for my needs, that's all the more I'm ever gonna do with it, is split some small wood. If we're in Kentucky, enjoy some time here in my shop. This thing's great. I think the size of it is perfect for me. Any of you guys, I've never split with a vertical splitter before. That is the extent of my experience with it. I'm sure you go with a, Wolf Ridge or an Easton Made, you get these big, massive, powerful machines in there, off to the races. I can't see where I need much more than this. I don't know, let's split some more wood with it. I thought this was oak, but I think it's hickory. Just the bark looks different and the end cuts. Sometimes you can tell, but it doesn't smell like oak. I'm going with hickory. Probably some of you who are smarter than me or better at this can tell. Nobody really likes splitting this stringy garbage. What I do like about it is when this dries, because right now, man, it is soaking wet. It's like it's got built-in kindling. You put a little newspaper, a piece of fat wood under this, and all these little strings just light. A little hard to stack and whatever, but this little stuff's fun. I got my knee brace on today. Almost a month out of surgery. I got one more PT left, and I guess I'm on my own. So it's doing pretty good, and I don't need the knee brace. The doctor would probably tell you not to wear it. The worst thing though, like I dropped one of these on my toe. I swear one of these little toothpicks could break your toe. I can't imagine, if I walked into something like this with my knee or hit it with a piece of firewood, that'd probably make for a bad day. So call it a knee pad if you want. I don't mind having a little something on there. All right, a little more split. Let's talk. This splitter's awesome. It did everything I asked it to, which was not much, but let's be honest, I ran 2 wheelbarrows worth of wood through it, 9 small rounds. What I can tell from it, it is faster and stronger than I thought it would be. It is not meant for huge, 30-inch oak rounds, but neither am I. And when I get that stuff, I've got the Wolf Ridge for big stuff. I got an inverted splitter. Obviously, I am spoiled rotten. I got, 4 different splitters and get to pick one for, every type of weather. But being able to split inside, today's not terribly hot. top when it's hot or freezing cold in the winter, raining, whatever it is. Just want to listen to some tunes on the stereo. This is awesome. You start trying to compare it to other splitters, I think cost has really got to be a factor in it. But for the money, this thing's awesome. Couple things I'm not super stoked on, and I don't know that they're a big deal. That handle, the way it flipped up and got in the way, they literally came out with that handle since I ordered this splitter. So I'm sure they may come up with something. Maybe I'm using it wrong, but it seems like I shouldn't be able to do it. But I would say if I had one big complaint, the paint job on this thing sucks. It really does. And I don't say that to be mean or whatever, but you know, this is called an inexpensive log splitter, but it was still well over $3,000 to have it shipped here. You know, it's not free. I split a couple wheelbarrows worth of wood. There's almost no paint here. I tried to wash this sticker off before I turned the camera on just to clean it up a little bit. When we de-letter trucks and stuff, we use acetone to wipe the goo. It started taking the paint off. You know, the way this table folds up, it hits the other side, and now I got paint missing up here, missing on the table, missing down the front. My Wolf Ridge, now granted it's 3 times this cost, is powder coated, but you buy their inexpensive like the 17 RS, it is too. Still quite a bit more expensive. I wish there was an option because I would have paid another $500 to have this thing powder coated properly, and maybe would take it apart and go have that done some point. Probably not. Definitely a nice machine. Definitely a keeper for me. Awesome part of the arsenal here. It's nice to have lots of different options. I mean, for this thing to just sit right here in the corner of my shop and wheel a couple things out and plug it in, it didn't run out of gas once, so that's awesome. There's just a lot less to like get everything together if I want to come split some wood after work for a couple hours. Anyways, this is probably turning into a long video. I hope you guys like Splitfire 1165. Comes with some features, some cool things. I didn't show you guys this, but it's got this little table that just folds down here. Kind of neat for transport. I will give it to Splitfire that they're very clever. They have a lot of innovative things on their splitters. Really cool. I think this will do us good for a long time. We'll talk to you guys next time we get it out or something else or whatever. Bye.